Chicken Dad, so proud and sweet, dancing to an old-time beat. Fluffy Chick in cozy nest, with giant buns they do their best. Spin around in gentle grace, feathers flying all over the place. Chicken Dad and Chick obey, ballet moves come out to play. Twirling round the kitchen floor, laughter echoing, give them more. Big soft buns and pirouette, best friends anyone could get. In the barnyard shadows gleam, Chicken Dad in a positive dream. Chicky laughs and Bun does bow, timeless dance in here and now. Morning light and evening fall, dancing feathers all for all. Through the day and through the night, ballet brings them pure delight. Spin around in gentle grace, feathers flying all over the place. Chicken Dad and Chick obey, ballet moves come out to play.
Strums that old six-string, plays those rock songs loud, makes them feel like spring. Works the daycare grind, kids run wild and free. Through his thick lenses, he sees their broken dreams. Jake, Stephen, Weatherall, hard on every chord, sings the pains away. Music is his sword. Guitar echoes sorrow, brings the night alive. In each Lucy, never tire. Cooking storms, baker's flame. Giant Bunz in the game. Iron pumping, strength reveal. Pro wrestling, break and kneel. Hula Mully's fury, bunnies hop. Waffle pound laughs, Lucy flops. Red hair demon, chaos spread. Floofy Lucy's joy, never rest. Cooking madness, ovens roar. Workouts burn, muscles soar. Lucy leaps, fur of might, baking wrath. Cookie fight, pro wrestling, power play. Metal storms, night and day. Waffle pounds, laughter, Steven screams loud. Red hair flares, never bowed. Floofy Lucy flops, spirits lift. Cooking heat, strength and get. Excess fury, bunnies dash. Wrestling chaos, bodies crash. Metallica's riffs, AJ Punk cry. Holy moly's fire, reach the sky. Red hair demon, chaos spread. Floofy Lucy's joy, never rest. Cooking madness, Owens roar. Workouts burn, muscles soar. Lucy leaps, fur of might, baking wrath. Cookie fight, pro wrestling, power play. Metal storms, night and day. Waffle pounds, laughter, Steven screams loud. Red hair flares, never bowed. Floofy Lucy flops, spirits lift. Cooking heat, strength and git. Texas fury, bunnies dash. Wrestling chaos, bodies crash. Metallica's riffs, AJ Punk cry. Hula Molly's fire, reach the sky. Reach the sky.
Wake up, Kara, it's your day. The bunnies are ready to hop and play. Gwynnie leads the tune, singing loud from noon to moon. Donkey drums with Posh so neat, while Little Gray dances to the beat. Sluggo spins and laughs so bright. Dusty shines in morning light. Delphine mama hums so sweet. Her song makes hearts skip a beat. Jabba jumps and joins the bunny band begins to play in their own soft, happy way. Your heart's so kind, your soul so true. The world is better because of you. Ooh, curved bird, yonder stars so high above. Your bunny sends you all their love. They hop around your birthday light, keeping you safe all through the night. You're my favorite person, that's so true. The world feels brighter just with you. So here's to Kira, brave and bright, with 9 sweet bunnies snuggling tight.
Gwynnie, donkey, little gray, Sluggo too, Delphine, Dusty, Jabba, Posh, Spice, and
Teeny too. Happy birthday, Kira dear. You're my favorite person every year. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Crescent Giant Star, Triple R. Crescent Giant Star. She travels near, she travels far. She's Crescent Giant Star. Kristen, she's the one and only. Puts mustard on macaroni. Lovely girl with a swirl. Because she's Crescent Giant Star, Triple R. Crescent Giant Star. Travels near, she travels far. She's Crescent Giant Star.
Triple RN.
Crescent Smoothie, aka the Mustard Queen. K-Dog.
Kristen Giant. Boom.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Boom.
Out in the yard when the moon is high. Oh yeah. There's a deer named Funky Bones. Don't be shy. He tiptoes softly, looking for a treat. Captain Kira's got apples good enough to eat. Oh yeah. Funky Bones with his groove, moving to the beat. Kira's got the apples, they're so sweet. Coming close, just a nibble. Don't be afraid. Look at them dance. It's a backyard rave. Funky Bones, Funky Bones. Don't you hide. Kira's got the apples open wide. Funky Bones, Funky Bones. It's a funky party, just you and me. Under the stars, they share a little bite. Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right. With every step, the friendship grows. A funky connection, everybody knows. Now every night, when the moon is high, Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones nearby. They share a moment in the cool night air. A funky kind of magic only they can share. Hey, Funky Bones, don't you bones, don't you hide. Oh yeah. Kira's got the apples open wide. Coming close, just a nibble. Don't be afraid. No afraid. Look at them dogs. Funky Bones, don't you hide. Oh yeah. Kira's got the apples. Funky Bones, Funky Bones. Oh yeah. It's a funky party, just you and me.
Under
Under the stars, they share a little bite. Yeah. Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right with every step. The friendship grows. Funky connection. Everybody knows now every night when the moon is high. Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones nearby. They share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share. Funky Bones, Funky Bones, don't you hide. Kira's got the apples open wide. Share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share.
Little gray munching on that hay, chewing, skipping, never stays. Backyard wild, gotta play, jumping, running every day. Grass is green under the sky, little gray lets it all fly. Muddy paws, you don't care why, wings of earth, the air so high. Freedom in his story flight, sun and moon is only guide. No more walls, no cage inside, little gray so wild inside. Bossy grind, he's on the move, no one's rules, he's got his groove. Nature's beat, he feels the soothe, little gray always to prove. Under stars, under dreams, world ain't small, so it seems. Little gray's got big schemes, life rolls on in flowing streams. Hay for breakfast, sun for noon, stars and moonlight come so soon. Little gray under night's tune, backyard life's a wild cartoon.
Teeny scrappy rabbit on a naughty spree. Bananas from Capits in Korea, quick to flee. Teasing sisters jumping wild and free. Leapfrogging over Posh Spice, too stealthy for me. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planter sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Tiny eyes glinting, always on the prowl. Moving through the shadows, stealthy as an owl. Captain Stash pilfered, making her scowl. Teeny's got agility, swift as a howl. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planter sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Futons at playgrounds, Teeny roams at night. Feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh Spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heart beats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Give her a toy. Teeny's grand adventure, loving it all.
Dusty the rabbit, all covered in hay, building her nest like it's time to play. Big floppy ears and a mischievous twitch. In the yard, she's always digging a ditch. She sneaks through with a hop and a skip, eyes wide open, just looking for a trip. Suspicious, she is not denying that fact. Playful trickster, always up to some act. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the way she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the show. She's a Flemish giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She's a Flemish giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the way she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the show.
Donkey the rabbit munching cookies all night. Sugar rush blazing a crazy delight. Nibbling faces in a frenzied haze. Friends confused in his cookie craze. He hops through chaos in the midnight dark. Cookies in his paws, leaving a sweet mark. Face is bitten with a playful bite. Donkey's world, a funny sight. Donkey the rabbit, sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, crunching all remains. Cookies crumble, falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Chasing shadows under the moon's bright glare. Cookies his obsession, like he don't care. Friends watch in shock as he takes a bite. Donkey's love for cookies just feels right. He grins, mischievous eyes so wild. The chaos around him driving friends mild. Cookies drop, crumbs scatter in the bush. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Bite marks, stories on furry cheeks. Donkey the rabbit at his cookie peak. Friends band together, a loving chase. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Ankle face, nibble pace. Donkey the rabbit, but sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, nibble on your face. Cookies crumble, but they're falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Plans ignore. Donkey want more, can't ignore.
He's a rabbit that can't get enough. Cookies loves to munch, munch, munch every day. Can't get enough. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating because he's a cookie king. He would eat the cookies until he turns into a cookie himself. He's a king of eating cookies. Can't get enough of them. He will never, ever, ever stop eating them. Keep them Down to the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops. Eat the cookie. He's a cookie king. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating 'cause he's a cookie king. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating 'cause he's a cookie king. 1, 2, 3, 4.
In a kingdom far away, there's a princess named Kira, with beautiful brown locks and eyes that sparkle. Every day at twilight, she dances through the meadow with bunnies by her side as the sun starts to retire. One bunny
Bunny turned to 2, and 2 turned to a dozen. But Captain Kira's heart forever filled with love. Her kingdom now enchanted, a ballet of soft footsteps, magical melodies carried on wings of a dove. Ballerina princess, her bunny's by her side, a twirl and a pirouette as dreams come alive. Captain Kira dances, her heart so full of bliss, in a world enchanted where love will always persist.
Oh, Posh, are you ready for nummies? Oh, she's doing uppy for nummies. What a cutie. How are we all doing in here, babies? Hi. How we doing? How is my chatters doing? Yuli, AJ, what's up? They call him the good old Huey Maw. He is the best mod of them all. When he shows up in giant buns, we can have so much fun, 'cause he's that good old Huey Maw. Yeah! He has a sweet puppy and her name is Lucy Goosey. She's floofy and oh so nice. Now when she takes a walk with Macy and Hewley, they will make a thrice. I thought thrice was going to rhyme with nice. Somehow it didn't seem to end up that way. Didn't seem so nice to say thrice. Oh well, that's what happens when you roll the rhyming dice. Um, Here, you take that kale. You take that kale, and you take uh, Will Gray. Do you need a kale? Okay, wait, hang on. You guys, let's get some over here. How you guys doing? Way down in the banks of the great Midwest, there's a really cool pro wrestler who is the best. Your name is AJPUNK. AJ Punk. We love you every day, yeah. Winch, I gotta. All right, all right. Guys, I have a clean blankie. I haven't like spread it out yet for you guys. Oh my gosh! And you repooped. You repooped the floor here. I just swept, guys. Oh Rama. All right, here we go. This is the new clean blankety that I was going to put down for our little eating area. But as you guys can probably tell, I've had another very busy day again. And I feel terrible. I was supposed to go to church and see Kristen Shine at Star Triple R. I just couldn't do it. I just could not fit it into the day, and I just had to say no. And I have a hard time saying no to doing stuff, especially when it's nice stuff. But I had made plans. I had all my other stuff with all the fixing stuff, and I was on the phone with my new mechanic, and okay, all kinds of stuff. Plus all the normal stuff I have to do with the bunnies and all that stuff. But I had plans finally, something I was really looking forward to with my friend Susan today. And I was definitely not going to miss that. But by the time I got home from my friends, it was time to go to church, and I hadn't eaten all day. And I hadn't finished all kinds of bunny stuff and other things. And I had to talk to my family members. And there's some stuff going on with that. Just couldn't do it. Could not get to church. So I'm very sorry if any of my church people are watching, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled today. It just kind of had to be. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we have to change things around in life. But my pastor from that church has recently undergone surgery, and I really wanted to see his wife and support her and like see what was going on with her husband and all that stuff. So, I don't know, pastor from that church, if you happen to be watching, I've been big time praying for you and just thinking about you. And yeah, but I'm not having the kind of week where I can just fit everything in that I normally do. And I have not had time with this friend of mine in so very long. It was really important. It was really important to do it. So I had my one extra thing, but the thing is, I helped her tack up her horse, and she's got 2 horses, and I was doing all kinds of horsey stuff helping her, and then we went running with her horses while she was riding, and then she got off the horse and went running with me, and we had the horse on a lead, and we did all kinds of stuff, and then we had a tea party at her house. So it was really awesome. It was very, very awesome. So yeah, I don't know if my friend ever watches the stream that I was with today. I have no idea. Hello, if you are here, Elf Maid, look at you. You go into the woods today. You better go in disguise. If you go into the woods today, you're in for a big surprise. 'Cause today is the day that Elf Maid returns to the giant Bunz chat. Elf Maid, what the heck? How you doing? I have thought about you a little bit since I last saw you because I thought, oh wow, thought that person was kind of here to stay. And then, but you know what? Just like my day today, I could not go to church. I just couldn't fit it in. So you know what? Things change around and you figure it out, and it's not the end of the world. But glad to see you, Elf Maid. What the heck's been going on? You usually work. Oh yeah. Well, that's a valid excuse. Oh my gosh. That's not much you can do about that one, huh? Well, welcome back. Today's the day that Elfmaid wasn't uh locked out by his work schedule. But yeah, guys, I had another full day. I woke up this morning and it was like freezing cold, totally like snowy skies, started snowing again, and I was like, oh my gosh, I thought it said it was gonna be like 50 today. By the time I went over to my friend's house, the sun came out, the sky came out. Whoa, that would be interesting. The sun came out, the clouds cleared up, and it got to be like 52 degrees, and it was very nice. Um, so who knew? Midwest. It's the Midwest, guys. You never know. You just don't know. So yeah, you back, AJ Punk? You work so you start work at 6 a.m.? Oh my gosh. So you have to wake up at like what, 4? I'd probably push it to like 4:30, maybe 5. Yeah, if I had to, I would probably wake up at like 5 and just be like, you know what? I'm not going to be that awake. I'm not even going to look that good, but I will be there. But yeah, we just chilling. We got over 550 subscribers. We got some more subs. We got some more videos out since you've last been around. Spring is sprunging around here. You know what? Spring is springing and then getting destroyed by like cold snaps, deep freezes, and snow. But it's springing again. And someone told me at my friend's farm today, because it's not just her at the farm. There were one, two, three other people. There's always people like at her farm. And one of the guys was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be like 80 on Sunday," and I was like, "Wait, what?" Because if it's 80 on Sunday and my air conditioning is not fixed by then, it's gonna be like 90 some degrees in this room. Well, maybe not quite that hot, but like I don't know. I don't like it though. I'm like I cannot have these fatties get too hot. In fact, I don't want to get that hot. But oh gosh, you guys! So my air conditioning dude is gonna come over on Friday. He has an air compressor replacement kit that he's going to bring. Did I say air compressor? Totally not air compressor. It's a heat pump compressor. Okay, the thing looks like a big torpedo bomb thing. But he's not sure if it's going to work because if there are other problems and the system has been too damaged by the whole compressor shorting out to begin with and like burning out, if the other stuff is fried, then my whole system gotta go, and that's going to be a big deal. But you know what? This is not happening in July or August. Saints be praised. In fact, you guys, I forgot yesterday was St. Patrick's Day until my mother sent me a Shaun the Sheep reel that of them dancing till, like doing Irish step dancing. And I was like, clogging. Um, I was like, oh my gosh, I went almost the whole day without realizing the St. Patrick's Day. This family, we're all from Ireland, okay? And I feel bad. I mean, it's not like I do a ton of things on St. Patrick's Day, but anyway. But it kind of led me down a garden path, and I realized, do you get any of you guys know about Saint Francis of Assisi? Saint Francis, Francesco, patron saint of like nature and animals, and he called all animals and birds his brothers and his sisters, and I don't know, beautiful example of a saint, what he stood for. And he has a beautiful prayer attributed to him. I don't think it's 100% known if he truly just wrote that by himself or if it was someone else. But anyway, happy belated St. Patrick's Day, everyone. From a gal who's half Irish. Like that is some genealogical history I definitely know about. My mother's family, they are all from Ireland. Wonderful people, amazing people. In fact, I don't think I've ever met an Irish person that I don't like. I'm sure there's probably someone out there, but the Irish are a good people. It's a good nation of people. It really is. Hi. And they made a living off of land that's kind of a rocky island. I mean, there's not a ton of stuff you can grow there. I mean, you can and you can't. You know what I mean? But anyway, I have mad respect for the Irish. They're creative people. They're a very emotional, heartfelt people. My mother claims that all the females in my family are psychic, have what they call the second sight in her family, the second sight. It's an old way of saying it. But what about St. Patrick? Well, the general story is that St. Patrick drove all the snakes out of Ireland. The stuff I've been seeing, like of late, since I realized it was St. Patrick's Day, and I started noticing like Facebook posts and stuff. It's like some people are saying, "Oh, there never were snakes in Ireland," so that was not actually what he did. Um, So I don't know. I've got to tell you the truth, Elfmaid. I would have to look it up again and like I don't know. If my mother was in the chat, she could tell you. She probably isn't. She's probably not in the chat. It's okay, Mom. Past your bedtime. But yeah, my mother, oh my gosh, she went to Catholic school. I mean, pretty much everyone did in her family. They know their stuff. They know the saints. They know their catechisms, like they know the history of Ireland pretty well. So, but I don't know. I just always heard, oh, St. Patrick, he drove the snakes out of Ireland, and we thank him for that on St. Patrick's Day. And it's like, I don't know. In the United States, it became a celebration of Ireland, and then it became a celebration for people to party. And then if you're from Chicago, like I am, I'm partly from Chicago. You know, they dye the river green, and I mean, Chicago has a huge Irish population. I mean, they just go gangbusters out there. They lose it. They go nuts for St. Patrick's Day. There's a wonderful parade, you know. So, but here out in the middle of nowhere, I basically didn't even know it was St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, if I'd been in Chicago, I would have known it was St. Patrick's Day. Let me tell you. Crystal, crystal with the K, special K. Crystal, crystal, special K. Oh, we love our crystal special K all day because she's that special sweet bakery chef. Crystal special K, ole. Chocolate pecan bourbon pie in your eye. Oh yeah. Oh, speaking, this is what I always do. When Crystal shows up, I segue into a food segment. You realize you have no idea about soup. I know. Well, that's the thing. If you think about things long enough, think about old sayings. You know, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Like what? Stitch in time saves nine. Well, I understand that. If you repair something early, then you won't have the huge tear. Okay, I do get that. But you know, so someone in my family sent me a picture of Irish soda bread that they were having yesterday. Also, while I was just beginning to realize, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. Um, that's something my grandfather used to make, and he taught my mother how to make Irish soda bread, and she in turn at one time, when I was a kid, taught me how to make Irish soda bread. I don't remember how. It's been way too long. But I remember it was cool because, you know, I was always told, "Oh, yeasted breads are so difficult and they're time consuming and they're, you know, kind of messy and, you know, we don't have time to do yeasted breads and all that stuff." So we made a lot of quick breads at home. And Irish soda bread is definitely it's more similar to a white yeasted bread, you know, oh, like a normal white sandwich bread, but it is not a yeasted bread. So I don't know, there's a lot of cool things about that. And plus it's just different and it always you know, I always thought to myself, what's Irish food? Like what, you know, we all know what Italian food is, we all know what Mexican food is, you know, what Chinese food is. What's Irish food? And it's like, okay, Irish soda bread. You know, and then people say, oh, corned beef, cabbage, and potatoes, that's Irish. I mean, kind of. I don't know. But um plus I don't even eat really any of those things. So, but I can have Irish soda bread. I mean, potatoes are extremely Irish, and I love potatoes. I do love potatoes. But yeah, Crystal, is that something you've ever dealt with? Irish soda bread? And are there other? I mean, I guess aren't isn't a soda bread basically a quick bread? But Irish soda bread is something a little different. Like the whole texture of it is interesting, like the way the crust is, and I don't know. It's different. You guys, Jabba, who's always been a little standoffish and shy, she'd been letting me pick her up and carry her and give her kisses. Yeah. Jabba's getting a little more friendly with me. Yeah. She is. She is such a sweetheart. She's just a little bit nervous and shy. All. Oh, and someone is eating my dress. Someone is eating my dress. That's to be expected. Yes, it is. Historian, our beloved giant Bunz, historian and valedictorian, he has just pulled in from Lothlorien, from the era we call Victorian, because he's driving around in his time traveling DeLorean while dressed as the Mandalorian, and he's listening to chants Gregorian, and he's playing along in his on his accordion. That's on loan from Weird Alien. Hmm. And when he gets home to his Goyle friend, who just happens to be Salvadorian, he's busy making him some yummy, gooey s'mores. And after they have those delicious s'mores, they'll get sleepy. And then with them, we'll all be a snoring with our beloved giant bunnies restoring. What you doing? You guys, Teeny's also getting a lot more calm about getting pets. She's been a good girl. Oh, this guy, look at this. Are you just eating food from your tunnel? Oh, please excuse the hanging quilt. I just washed it and I'm hanging it out to dry. It's too cold for doing that tonight. Although, had I been home earlier, I probably could have dried it outside. 52 degrees and sunshine, I probably could have. Tomorrow, mister, we're going to hang out all the laundry outside. Yes, we are. Are you guarding? Are you guarding all of your vegetables? Look at you. Look at these guys. They're on their clean blankie. Yes. Look at all that. Big dog. My gosh, that's a lot of bun. That's a whole lot of bun. It's gonna take a lot of bun to eat all this produce. It's gonna take a lot of bun to make this world a better place. Gonna take a lot of buns, just teeny. What do you think? Oh my gosh, you guys, when I got home today, I came up here and Dusty ran up to me and she was sniffing my feet. She was like, "What are these animal smells?" She's so clever. She like completely was like, "Wait a minute." Because there were kitty cats rubbing up against me. And of course, I was like totally grooming and petting and running with horsies. So yeah, Dusty was all up in my boot going like, where were you? There he goes. You doing some chomping? 3 bun night. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be if we continue with the cold weather, it's gonna be a 3 bun night. Because my heat pump controls my heat and my air conditioning. Now I do have like a furnace that takes over, like if it's extremely cold. But thing is, the furnace uses so much electricity, it costs way too much. So I will turn off the furnace and I will put the bunnies in the bed and we will have a 3 buns night. That's what we're gonna do tonight. What do you think, Donks? That would be super cute. Joy to the bun. Oh, wait. Joy to the buns. All the boys and girls. Joy to the 9 giant buns because they're so much fun. I'll be making some chocolate bourbon pecan pies for Easter. That sounds perfect for Easter. I should make one and then show Crystal on the stream. I want to figure out how to make one, and then I can surprise Crystal. I wish I could give one to Crystal as a present. She may be sick of them by now, but like it would just be nice for her to not have to make one that she can have, maybe. Um, but yeah, I should make a chocolate pecan bourbon pie after singing about chocolate pecan bourbon pie all this time. Like it's time to make one. It's time to make one happen for real. Oh my gosh, I bet my dad would go crazy for that. His mom, my grandma, was kind of a southerner, and she loved to make pecan pie. And but my dad loves chocolate, and I think he would be intrigued by the bourbon flavor. Um, yeah, I think my mom too. I think pretty much anyone in my family. I mean, Crystal, honestly, those flavors, I don't think there's a person out there. Now, you might run into like, there's one or two people out there. Well, there's people with nut allergies. Okay. But I mean, I'm talking with preferences. There are some people out there that are like, nuts? Oh, I don't like nuts. And it's like, oh my gosh, nuts are like one of our main foods. It's like they're forageable. You're not hurting anything to get, they fall off the trees. It's not like you have to chop the tree down, and they're full of fiber, vitamins, minerals. And you plant a tree or they're just in nature, every year you get nuts. Like they're completely sustainable. You don't have to really spray nut trees, I just find it sad. It's like, oh, you can't eat nuts or you don't like them, or instead of Jeremiah, it's with Jeremiah was a bullfrog, its donkey was a giant bun. Doo-doo. Was a floofy friend of mine. He bit off all the faces of the other bunnies, but he was a good friend of mine. Joy to the buns. There's so much buns. Donkey and his buddies are munching and crunching. Joy to giant buns. We think Teeny's listening. She's keeping an eye on me. Teeny, I had noticed that you almost always have one eye fixed on me. The other bunnies are kind of like, "Boop-a-doo-ba-doo, we're just chilling over here." And Teeny's like, "Hi, I'm watching you." You're a little hyper vigilant there, baby girl, but it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. You love pecan pie, Elf Maid? Well, you're in the right place because we discuss all things pecan pie in your eye. Um, we do though. We've had major pie discussions, ice cream, pies, cakes, rolls, donuts, quick breads tonight. I mean, what's not to like? I will say this. The, hum- the human race is being very difficult on the planet and on each other right now. I'm very disturbed. I'm very concerned, to say the least. But you know what? We as humans invented baking. And if you think about the multitude of different baked goods from every country in the world, baklava. Oh my gosh. I've just discovered making pistachio paste. Oh boy, I could think of all the things you can do with that. We have created baking though. So we are responsible for cookies, cakes, breads, croissants, donuts, cupcakes. I mean, we we can do some very good things. If we can bake, I feel like there's hope for us. And the whole cookie currency, changing the world's currency to cookies, and each nation chooses their best cookie that they can make as their currency, could really change, could be life changing, could be world changing. Presto eating like a giant Bunz. Wait, what did I miss here? Presto? Wait. Oh, you had a Chick-fil-A Cobb salad. Wait, speaking of fast food joints, where's Kristen Cheyenne Star? I had to tell her while she was already at church, I think she was already at church, that I wasn't going to make it. So, texting me earlier, though. I know she's around somewhere. You had barbecue. There's a barbecue joint in Fort Worth called Cousins that has buy one, get one free meat plate. Meat plate. A meat plate. Oh my gosh. Meat plate. Why does that sound? Oh no. Just I'm getting this picture of just big sliced of meat on a white plate. Just meat plate. It's just meat on a plate. Hewlin, I'll have to check it out next time I'm in your neck of the woods. 3 meat plate. 3 meat plate. 3 meat plate is $26. Oh my gosh. Buy one, get one free on Wednesday. Had one for today and the second one like tomorrow. 2 location for us. Okay. Okay. Is there a 3 tofu plate? 3 bean plate? 3 lentils on a plate? Oh, okay, you guys, I finally made my soup. I have these black rice ramen noodles. Hewlin Mall. Listen, ramen. I'm not saying ramen this time. Raymond. I did black rice ramen noodles. Okay, I think that's what they're made out of. Made by Lotus Foods. You can sponsor me. Put 2 packs of the rice noodles in the soup, and I chopped up. Actually, I didn't chop it up really. I have pre-marinated tofu. It's like some Mediterranean flavor or something. Kind of like a chili pepper oil that it's soaked in. Put a pack of that in the broth. Did 2 bunches of green onions. Did a ton of fresh garlic. Teeny, what are you starting up over here? What are you doing? So yeah, garlic. I did my baby bok choy. I did my pea pods. What else was in that puppy? Sea salt. Sea salt. It sounds kind of simple, and it is, but it was good. I was gonna put a little bit of broccoli. I forgot about that. But anyway, there were carrots, thinly sliced carrot. So this thing is very good. It's a very good, very healthy soup. Um, I just haven't even had time to make a decent meal this week, you guys. So that was the other thing. I was like, I cannot go to church. I have not eaten a thing today. The bunnies needed major cleaning and all kinds of stuff. And if I'm going to stream every day, I have to have, you know what I mean? It takes time. And plus, even if I wasn't streaming, I would still need to do all that stuff. Whoops. But yeah, bring me plate. Really, I need to open up. Like, okay, so we had so much fun talking about the KFT, Cure's fried tofu. Cure's fried tofu instead of Kentucky Fried Chicken. I also, okay, since I became a vegetarian when I was 14, so I was like a kid still. Ever since I became like, I want to say like maybe 20 years old, and I started to really go to like downtown Chicago and see all these like old school, like mon pa, like burger joints and a lot of hot dog places. And places that just had not just like hot dogs and hamburgers, but like all these little fried fast food things, like cute things like fried, I don't even know. They would have like fried little, I can't remember what all, like a fried taco wrapped in something. I don't know, all these things. I've always been fat and I love French fries. And I thought to myself, you could probably replace everything in those with tofu and or, kind of how some of the textured meat replacement things. And I just thought, wouldn't it be funny to open up a vegan fast food joint and not say anything about the fact that it's vegan? You just open it up. Everything is super fried, salty, covered in condiments, pickles, relish, vegan cheese, they've got decent vegan cheese these days, but you don't say a thing. And so you got all these meat eaters coming in, and it's not meant as anything mean or vindictive or sneaky. I mean, yes, sneaky because you're not saying it's vegan, but like other restaurants are not saying we're meat, we're non-vegan. You know what I mean? Like, why would you have to say it's vegetarian or vegan? If someone asks, you say, "Oh yeah, it's vegan vegetarian." You would never lie or hide it, but um I just think it would be hilarious because what if there were like a ton of people who started becoming regulars and were like, this is like the best, barbecue, whatever burger, Italian sausage sandwich we've ever had in our lives. Like, what's your secret? And then eventually I'm going to be like, guys, I'll show you what the secret is. And I'll be like, here's what it's in it. And it's like vegetarian. I won't make a big deal about that it's vegetarian. I won't be like, look, Miss, you know, you meat eaters. I'll just be like, well, yeah, it just so happens that I'm a vegetarian, so that's how I make it. But I just thought that would be such an interesting, and for me, just so personally satisfying to make like the most delicious, it's not going to be the best food for you. You know what I mean? It's still going to be deep fried, full of salt, full of whatever, but I just think it would be so interesting. Anyone else that find that fascinating as like a, how would you describe that? It's like an experiment, just as like an experiment. Kristen's fried chicken covered in mustard. Yeah, she could totally rock that. She could totally do the KFC Kristen's fried chicken. You had the best barbecue in all. Wait, what does that say? Aledo? Aledo? Um, as long as you put honey in front. Oh my gosh, I know honey mustard is like so addictive. I mean, you put that on anything. Those honey mustard sni- Snyder's of Hanover pretzels. You put it on chips. You put it on anything. I mean, salad. There's people out there who were not salad eaters before there was honey mustard dressing, and now they're like, well, yeah, you got that honey mustard dressing. Teeny, would you stop? She's trying to get these guys to come over and fight with her. She wants them to come over and fight with her. Are they not playing along? Are you trying to get their? I think she wants their clean blankie too. Are you trying to get their blankie? You're being very mature, Dusty. But anyway, yeah, when I turned about young 20s, somewhere in there, I had this just fascinating idea. I'm like, I think I should open up a fast food vegan joint and just see what happens. You still can serve, Coke and all the, bad for you, soft drinks. You make it completely authentic. except it's vegetarian. I don't know. I think it would be interesting. No one seems to be commenting, so I guess I'm the only one, but um yeah, I wonder if there are any fast food vegan places. I don't know. It's an untapped genre, guys. It sounds like something I should do. What do you think, guys? And then we're gonna have the Bunny Cafe, the Bunz Cafe. Maybe I could combine that with like the Bunz Cafe idea. You know? Ooh, such such fun ideas. Very fun ideas, guys. Is that right, Posh? Who's a big black seal? Who is a big black seal? Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And we still have this Bunz pile up over here. Maybe we should go see. Oh my goodness, hello. Hello, beautiful. Hi. Oh my gosh, she's the prettiest girl. Yeah, she's the prettiest girl. What is it? Am I sitting? Oh, I'm sitting on your dandelions. I'm sorry. You haven't tried any of the vegan stuff? Well, that's the thing. A lot of people haven't. That's, you know what I mean? Like, it, it would be so interesting to me for people to order stuff and see them try it and see if they're like, ew, or oh my gosh, what I like this so much better, or they just don't notice at all. Because thing with like meat things, protein based sources, it's like many of them don't have a ton of flavor, completely plain. Such, and the same is the truth for tofu. So if you change the protein source, which is not really the key to flavor necessarily, but you keep the delicious buns that everyone are used to, all the condiments, all the toppings. If you keep all of that other stuff, maybe people will be like, "Yeah, this is great. It's the same. Tastes the same." Do we have a newcomer? Oh yeah, Elfmaid. Yeah, Elfmaid was here consistently for a while and was definitely part of the chat. That may have been when you were not around as much, Presto. And then, but Elfmaid has to get to work by 6 a.m. So the stream time is kind of a limiting factor for Elfmaid. No fault of their own. Definitely no fault of their own. Nothing you can do about that. So, but we're just glad to see him. We're glad he's back today. Um, we're a very welcoming chat community. But yeah, Elfmaid has their own song and everything. It's the teddy bear picnic song. Because for some reason, I was talking about the Christian Cheyenne Star was going to be taken away by elves and hidden in the forest, and she was going to be forced to make vegan artisanal cheddar cheese. And then the Elfmaid like showed up during that whole thing, and then I kept thinking the elves are going to take Chris into the forest and then into the woods, and then I just thought about the teddy bear picnic. If you go into the woods today, you better go in disguise. If you go into the woods today, you're in for a big surprise, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. But anyway, it's kind of funny because I've been asking Elfmaid, like, "Oh, what's your favorite kind of music? I'll try to, like, find something a good song for you in that genre," and he was like, "Oh, well, like, heavy metal, like, I'm into metal." And then I picked the Teddy Bear Picnic song. But you know what? He's rolled with all the punches that I've given him. So thank you, Elfmaid, 'cause I love that song. My church group leader growing up, I think I've talked about this before, she had a teddy bear sweater that had, like, embroidered teddy bears and, like, actual I think they were actual, like, little teddy bears that were sewn onto her sweater. And we were like, "What's the deal with the teddy bear sweater?" And she's like, "Well, I teach preschoolers. I teach, church nursery school, and, he would wear that sweater on the days that she would sing the Teddy Bears Picnic. And I think they would usually like take the kids outside on a real picnic and they would march and sing the song. And the kids, I think, just absolutely loved the sweater of hers, because it had like actual teddy bears they could like play with and touch. But she was like not the kind of person you would think would be a preschool teacher. She was kind of very serious and like kind of almost cynical a little bit, and, just I don't even know how to describe her, but when she would sing this song, her whole personality would completely change, and she would do, like, the whole teddy bear picnic thing, and so anyway, I have very, very positive memories of the Teddy Bear Picnic song. So, yeah, anyway, I'm glad it's now Elfmaid's song because now I have an excuse to sing it when he shows up. Oh, banana, Mr. Wee's banana, banana, Mr. Wee's banana, banana, Mr. Wee's banana frittata, pina colada, driving me out. We love my whole lot. I just made a frittata, da da da. Mr. Wee's banana split. Oh yeah. How you doing, Weez? What's going on? How's your world? Hey, Weez banana, did you get any of the snow today? I was telling everyone that it finally cleared up in the afternoon by the time I went over to my friend's, house, and then it felt like a totally different day. It was like this morning, frozen Arctic wasteland with snow, and then this afternoon it was like, "Oh, wait, I think we're entering spring again. I think we're back to our other climate." But yeah, it was very enjoyable to have a little change in the weather. Because this morning, it was very hard to get up. It was like, "Oh my gosh, the sun never came up. It was just white, 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 snow, snow." Just you're not really sure. Your body is just not really sure if the sun came up and if it's daytime yet. Yeah, that's right. But anyway, yeah, I'm really thankful that I got to go see my friend today and run with the horses and, yeah, and then we had a tea party. We had a little, tea party for us gals. It was very enjoyable. You think I know, right? That is such a great way to say it. I think we've had enough winter time for now. Okay, very nice. Yes, we've had plenty of you, Mr. Winter. It melted for you? Yeah, like, the there's definitely no more snow here because it got up to, like, 52. Um And Wes, I don't know if you heard this. Someone at my friend's farm today was saying that it was gonna be I guess I could just check the weather and confirm this, but they were like, "Oh, well, yeah, I hope your air conditioning gets fixed because it's gonna be like 80 on Sunday." And I was like, "80?" Okay, so it got down to what, 14 degrees here the other night, a couple nights ago, and 14 degrees to 80 degrees, like, that's I'm sorry, but that's like really crazier than usual. I just think the weather is getting crazier and crazier. And it's getting crazier more often. You know, it's like everything is just like someone's turning up the dial. So, wait, Kira is fast? Oh yeah. Oh yes, I did. And so my friend was mounted on her. She has a beautiful Lipizan horse, which you know what? I have some pretty pictures of him. I will post I won't post the one with her on him cuz she, you know, uh she's not even on Discord or anything like that. But I have a couple of him after his saddle is on him. He looks so pretty in his black saddle. It's like some cute saddle from like Spain. I think that Lipizans are supposed to wear. It's like specially made for the way Lipizans are. But yeah, she got on the Lipizan and was, I would say, fast walking, um, some trotting, and yeah, he basically a fast trot was like the fastest that the horse ever went. But you know, that's pretty fast for a human to run along. I mean, it's not ridiculous. I kept up. I did. I kept up, but no, he was not. If he was full on running, I would be scared my feet would be trampled for one thing. But you know what? I have run him on a lead before. I used to exercise him, and I would just put like a long lead on him, like a dog. And what is that called? Like lunging? I don't even know. Um, but I used to actually run him, but I was mainly like stationary, and sometimes I would full on run with him all the way down the field and back. I know, I guess that does sound impressive. But today he was more like, I mean, I was just trying to jog. And it went on for like at least an hour of running. So I don't know how much running I got in, but I feel fine now. I have a feeling I'm gonna be feeling it tomorrow. I don't think there's any way I will not feel that tomorrow. And also, it's on fields that are like bumpy and hills and up and down and all around. And oh, this is Posh. And then Jabba is right back here on the green. Yes, Jabba. What you doing, Jabba? Jibby Jobs. Yeah, this is Poshy. Just got a little tail. Hello. Kira is fast, but Dean, he's never slow. Yeah, I wish I was running faster today. It's just, part of it is that I had to wear like boots because I'm out in the fields with the horses, and it's just not the same. I'm not a huge like, oh, I have to be wearing running shoes to run, but they would have helped. Like, you know what I mean? But like I said, not on a big bumpy, these are farm fields. There's groundhog holes, and there's all kinds of, we had to go over a log every time we went around this one corner. We had to like, go over a big log, and the horse did too. He was being a very big boy. Um Bunny of Darkness. Yeah, she's a pretty. Look at this girl. The shine and gleam of this fur. Oh, goodness. Yes. And Mama. Yes, I know. Look at her. She's like, I want my snout padded too. This is why I need to have a phone stand in here so I can do dual pats. You haven't ridden horses since you were a kid? You know what, Presto, to be honest? I can't remember the last time I actually rode a horse, and my friend has these horses, but the Lipizan she got as a baby, and she trained him. Like, I know they say, "Oh, you break a horse." Well, she never really broke him. He just gently would say, "Pony ride," and he would trot over, and she would climb up on top of the fence and get on his back, and without any kind of saddle, reins, anything, she would just say, "Pony ride." So she does not really allow other people to ride him because of that. Like, she has a whole intricate system how she controls him, and, like, it's really cool, but she doesn't really want other people to ride him. And then the other horse that she has is a recently retired harness racing horse. He is not used to being a pet really yet, and he's very high strung, and he's kind of mad at humans still. And I'm trying to make friends with him, but he is a huge boy, very athletic. He's kind of like the American standard bred kind of horses. They're like part thoroughbred, part saddlebred, kind of all mixed together, but he is a big boy. And I did try to make friends with him more today. My friend had a trainer out in the fall a couple times to ride him. The first time he almost threw her and she was like, "No, you can never ride this horse. Too dangerous." Then the second time it actually went a lot better. So she's like, maybe you might have some potential, but he is a pretty dangerous horse right now. And but yeah, I think I told her that I would come over and groom him and bring him treats. I'm actually going to bring him some of the rabbit cookie treats that are coming because I feel so sorry for this horse. He was just used and abused as a racehorse for, I think he raced from the age of 2 to 8 and then just thrown out like garbage. And all he ever knew was being in a stall, having someone kind of groom him and tack him up, and then being put on the racetrack, and that's it. That's all he knew. He never got to wander around nice meadows and fields. He never got to know other horses socially. It's just, I mean, it makes me sick. But my friend's giving him a life now. So I think that's cool. You need Lillian and KCS to help pet the rabbits. Yes, I do. I really do. And I need to get in touch with Lillian. Um, Lillian, I want to have her over. Like, it's just been a while since we've really seen each other. Same with Kristen. Kristen hasn't been over to the house since the New Year's party that I had. So yeah, she needs to come back too. Your sister down in Florida just got her first horse at night. Oh, really? That's awesome. She'd been working at a farm or something for a while now. That is amazing. That's like a dream come true. Well, congrats to your sister. I mean, like, oh, I've never had a horse. I'd still love to have one. I don't know if I ever will, but it really would be awesome. But giving my friends horses love and attention is awesome too. Her horse is a 5-year retire. Are you serious? No way. Oh my gosh, that is weird. That is a weird coinky dink. Oh my gosh. That is so crazy. Yeah, I mean, I guess there are plenty of racehorses out there. I mean, you would think horse racing would kind of be dying out by this point. Um, I don't know. When I drive through Kentucky, you can definitely see these big old horse farms that are like the thoroughbred racing kind of horse farms. So I guess it's not going anywhere. But but yeah, this kart racing horse, very neurotic, doesn't know which way is up because he's suddenly given freedom and nature and fields. And my friend said that when he had never been off of either cement or the racetrack, which, is just an even nothing to it. But when he got on actual dirt, actual meadow terrain, he basically fell over because he was like stumbling. He didn't know what uneven ground was or grass or, very sad. It's like he's a horse. He is not a machine. So, but anyway, yeah, that's awesome when these horses can get a second life. Wonderful that your sister, A, that she's got a horse for herself, and B, that she basically rescued a retired racer. Yeah. You heard he wasn't great. So another interesting thing about this retired cart horse harness racer is that he actually was a race winner. He was very competitive and he actually was successful. So my friend's theory is that the only enjoyment he ever got kind of was the fact that I guess the theory is that he liked to race to a certain extent because he was competitive, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, they probably none of them like racing. But I think the main thing that she gathered is that he's got a lot of chutzpah. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of energy and he's just extremely athletic. So the horse needs to be exercised and he really could benefit from being ridden, you know, and especially like ridden like at a gallop or at least a canter, which I would be definitely willing to do if he wasn't going to kill me. Because yeah, presto, I was just saying, we were just saying I haven't ridden since I was a wrangler, technically an assistant wrangler at a summer camp that had a lot of horses, and so I taught riding lessons. I led a lot of trail rides. I mean, I was horse, 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 took care of all the horses. So I know horses, and I've ridden dangerous horses. I don't like to ride dangerous horses, but like I've had a lot of experience. But at this point, I would need to start out on a very predictable horse because honestly, I would be very scared to ride a horse that was known to throw people. But who knows? My friend's horse, I think he's got potential. I really do. And some horses are okay with certain riders, they develop a relationship and if they trust the person and like it's almost like this mutual respect thing, they will be okay. But if he's going to be a super reactive horse his whole life just because he's like neurotic, you know what I mean? That could be a problem. I know she is paying. Um, did I just do? I know she's paying 1,200 for room and board at her work. 1,200, like, does that mean a month? Does she pay that a month for her horse to get room and board? Whoa. Horses are expensive and like vet bills for horses, like that. Because my friend was like, "Oh, you should just buy a horse for yourself and keep it over at my farm and I'll help you with it, but you're going to have to come over every day and care for it." And I just asked her, I was like, how, if I can afford, okay, first of all, you got to be able to afford to buy the horse. Then secondly, food, all the food. Third, vets. like, how much does it cost to get a horse vet? So she was like, oh, not exactly cheap. And I was like, I'm like, I don't think I can, you know, I'm like, I would have to set aside a huge chunk of money for a just in case thing. Like, oh, the horse needs, sometimes they might need surgery or just, I don't know. I don't know, maybe one day, but I just was like, that's so tempting. I would love to have a horse to ride with you and like call my own horse, but yeah, one day, maybe one day. And I would really like to be able to keep it at my own property too. Um, who knows? Maybe we'll build a little barn one day. Yeah. What do you think, Teeny? You could play in the barn. What do you think? That's a month. My friend has two horses and he charges his neighbor 1,400 plus a month for, oh my gosh. So my friend used to board just one other horse for a friend of hers. And it did work out for a while. I have no idea how much she charged her friend, but I had no idea that actually is a pretty good moneymaker then. That's cool for the farm owner. It's expensive though for the people who are paying. Look at all this bun. Look at that. Now we've got Jibby. Now we've got Jabba and Posh. Look at these girls. Sisters. They're just too much. I visited him on Memorial Day like 2 or 3 years ago. He lives quite a bit away. Wow. Sounds like he's got a cool place though. Yeah, my property, even though I live really close to my friend's farm, her property is right before the big ridges start. Okay. So it's like way more flat, gently rolling hills. Where I live, it's like ridge stream. I mean, it's like getting almost mountainous. So it's like, it's a lot harder to have horses out this way, but can. You just have to limit it to like one or two horses. But I don't know. I don't know. It would be so cool. It would be so cool, but it's not in my near future. I know that for sure. First first things first. I got to get a new car, which I really don't want to, and I'm going to have to, you know, my heating, cooling, that, and then we'll talk about horses. Or what about a little mini donkey? A mini donkey to go with this donkey. Um, him and his wife. That's cool. Um, but can you imagine if I had a horse, you guys? First of all, I guess horses don't really like to be alone either. So you probably have to get like two. Um, can you imagine me asking Lillian, like, Lillian, can you house sit the bunnies while I go away for a week and visit my family? And then also, I now have two horses. Having said that, the thing about horses is the bunnies are inside a nice house bedroom. Like, you have to deep clean this thing every day. I mean, it's not like they're outside on the grass and they can just, run around for a couple acres and whatever. But the horses, on the other hand, you know, if they're in a stable, of course you got to clean and muck it out every day. But if it was the horses, might not be as much work as the rabbits on some days. I don't know. Lillian, are you watching? Do you like horses? No. Oh my gosh, guys, it is almost 10 o'clock. I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream. Um, Thanks for hanging out with me and the bunnies.
Teeny scrappy rabbit on a naughty spree. Bananas from cat pits in Korea, quick to flee. Teasing sisters jumping wild and free. Leapfrogging over Posh spice, too stealthy for me. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Tiny eyes glinting, always on the prowl. Moving through the shadows, stealthy as an owl. Captain Stash pilfered, making her scowl. Teeny's got agility, swift as a howl. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night. Feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heart beats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears the call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night. Feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heart beats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Give her a toy. Teeny's grand adventure, loving it all.
Dusty the rabbit, all covered in hay, building her nest like it's time to play. Big floppy